I'd been living in my quiet little suburban neighborhood for years, running a small property management business on the side. I owned a few rental properties, including the house next door to mine, which I'd recently leased to a woman named Karen. She seemed pleasant enough during the lease signing, mid-40s, impeccably dressed, with a sharp smile that screamed, "I'm in charge." I didn't think much of it. People move in, people move out. It's just business. But Karen was no ordinary tenant. Within days, she'd declared herself the unofficial queen of the Homeowners Association, HOA. She strutted into the monthly meeting, clipboard in hand, and started barking orders like she'd been elected president. The actual HOA board was too spineless to push back, so Karen took over. Her first target? Me. It started small. Karen left a note on my car, scolding me for parking too close to her driveway. My car was fully in my own driveway, mind you, but Karen didn't care about facts. Then came the complaints about my lawn. Apparently, my grass was 0.2 inches too long, and violated some obscure HOA rule she'd dug up. I mowed it just to shut her up, but that only emboldened her. Soon, she was nitpicking everything. My mailbox was faded. My recycling bin was unsightly. My dog's bark was disturbing the peace. She even called the cops one night because my porch light was too bright and disrupting her sleep. The officer who showed up just sighed and told me to work it out with her. I could tell he'd dealt with her type before. But Karen wasn't done. She escalated. She started spreading rumors to the neighbors, claiming I was running an illegal business out of my home because I occasionally met with tenants there. She filed complaints with the city, accusing me of code violations that didn't exist. One day I found my car keyed. Nothing I could prove, but her smug grin as she watered her roses told me everything. The final straw came when Karen reported me to the authorities for suspected illegal activity. She'd seen delivery trucks dropping off packages at my house, supplies for my properties, and decided I was running a drug ring. The police showed up, searched my place, and found nothing but a stack of invoices and some paint cans. They apologized and left, but the damage was done. My reputation in the neighborhood tanked. Neighbors stopped waving. Invites to barbecues dried up. Karen had turned my life upside down. I was furious, but I'm not one for petty revenge. I decided to bide my time. Karen didn't know one crucial detail: I was her landlord. She'd signed the lease through my property management company, and I'd used a business name, so she had no idea I owned her house. I figured I'd let her dig her own grave. A few weeks later, Karen's rent was late. No big deal. Tenants slip up sometimes. I sent a polite reminder through the management company. No response. Another week passed, and still nothing. Then I got a nasty email from her, accusing me of harassing her with unreasonable demands, and threatening to sue for uninhabitable conditions. She claimed the house had mold issues. It didn't, and refused to pay until I fixed it. That's when I decided it was time to pay her a visit. I drove to her house, my house, and knocked on the door. Karen opened it, her face twisted in that familiar scowl. "What do you want?" she snapped. "Karen," I said calmly, "I'm here about the rent. You're 2 weeks late." Her eyes narrowed. "I'm dealing with the management company. This is none of your business." "Oh, it's very much my business," I replied, pulling out a copy of the lease. "See, I own this house. I'm your landlord." The color drained from her face. Her mouth opened, then closed, like a fish gasping for air. For the first time since she'd moved in, Karen was speechless. I let the moment sink in. I explained that her complaints about mold were baseless. Inspections had been done before she moved in. I also informed her that her late rent incurred fees, as per the lease she'd signed. And then, just for good measure, I mentioned the HOA. "Funny thing," I said. "I've been reviewing the bylaws, and it seems you've been overstepping your authority. The board's not happy." Karen stammered, trying to backpedal, but I wasn't done. "You've got two options," I said. "Pay the rent and the fees by tomorrow, or I start the eviction process. Oh, and one more thing, I'm selling this property. You'll need to find a new place soon." She tried to argue, but her usual fire was gone. She knew she'd messed with the wrong person. The next day, the rent and fees appeared in my account. Karen stopped showing up to HOA meetings. Neighbors started whispering about her sudden humility. A month later, she moved out, leaving behind a pristine house. She'd probably scrubbed it herself, terrified of losing her deposit. Life in the neighborhood returned to normal. The HOA elected a new president, someone who actually read the bylaws. My lawn grew a little longer. My porch light stayed bright, and my dog barked whenever he pleased. As for Karen, I heard she moved to another town, probably terrorizing a new set of neighbors. But she'd learned her lesson: never mess with someone who holds the keys to your home.